Welcome back to another episode of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Let's get into the shenanigans. Yo, this conversation Xbox fans has been quietly dreading because a new article is basically asking the question out loud: do developers even want to make Xbox games anymore? And when you look around, more studios are prioritizing PlayStation. Nintendo's getting massive third-party support lately, and Xbox is starting to feel its fighting relevancy in the console space. So what's going on here? Is Xbox losing developers or Microsoft's entire strategy shifting away from exclusives altogether? Because if devs stop building for Xbox, that's not just a problem, it's an industry level warning. So let's break it down. Are you not entertained? All right, so here's the issue. It doesn't necessarily mean Xbox developers hate Xbox. Let's just get that out the way. This is the entire Xbox ecosystem has shifted in a way that makes the studios think differently. First, the install base matters. If more players are playing games on PlayStation or Switch, publishers naturally prioritize where the biggest sales are. Second, Xbox lean heavily into Game Pass. And while that's great for players, some developers have questioned whether it changes the value of launching full-price games on the platform. And third, Microsoft's strategy is no longer just Xbox console first. They're pushing Xbox as a service, PC, cloud, and even publishing games on other platforms. When exclusively becomes less clear, developers start asking, is Xbox still a must-build platform or just one option? And that's the scary part, because if Xbox loses developer momentum, it's not just about one console, it's about Xbox identity in the gaming industry. So I gotta ask the audience, do you think Xbox cares about the console war? Or are they playing an entire different game now? Drop your takes and your comments down below.
Yeah, so I'm going to answer that question a little bit, and I'm going to say Microsoft does not give a fuck about the console war. Microsoft's new regime is, any and all screens are an Xbox, and now with their latest, business strategy of, third-party publisher, and they're the biggest publisher on PlayStation, I mean, to them, PlayStation is just an Xbox. That's one piece of the argument. But then you got to ask, I'm being full transparent here. Before anyone rushes to the comments, just hear my whole argument before you all get pansied in a bunch.
Trigger happy.
The article is saying that devs are more prioritizing PC and PlayStation. Of course, Nintendo is getting a massive surge of third parties with the success of the Switch 1. But being that more PC focused, so is Xbox. Xbox is throwing everything, including the sync, on PC. Xbox is heavy into trying to make Windows gaming, the huger platform what it is. Now, I'm not trying to say, they're trying to go for a piece of Steam, but they are very huge and focused on the PC market. So even they're in on it. And I gotta say, I don't think Xbox really cares generally, because that's just not where they see their battlefront going. Their optics is the profit margins, sell. And what don't sell on the Xbox platform itself, they're making up whether they put it on Nintendo and now PlayStation. People say, PlayStation, people don't buy games, they just play the Fortnites. Well, that's not true, because if that was the case, Forza Horizon 5, how did I sell 5 million plus copies on PlayStation? Microsoft, the company of Xbox, the true parent of Xbox, they are happy seeing those numbers. I can't remember the exact year that Forza 5 came out. 5 million plus at full price of an old game on another platform. All right, okay, well, what we lose on this Game Pass initiative, we make up on PlayStation. Now, I'll be fully upfront and ahead when I say this statement. I don't want to see this shift turn even more. Competition breeds innovation, and it keeps these companies in line. If Microsoft is not looked at as a key player anymore, and you can look at the facts. There are many games that come out PlayStation and PC. Whether it comes to Xbox later, once they've made so much money, and now they don't care if it goes to Game Pass, or just skips them entirely. And you can argue, oh, well, those games aren't for the Xbox artists. That's fine. That's cool. That's fine. But still give the option. If the playing field is just Nintendo and PlayStation, trust me, you are not going to want to see that. An unchecked Sony is a PS3 Sony. Hey, you're going to buy this fucking $600 console, and you're going to get a second job for it. That was PS3 Sony. That was big dick energy. Like, hey, the PS2? the PS1, you need us. You don't want that to happen. And I understand there are a lot of variables in play, but I also get what my cousin is saying. You have to go where the players are. PS5 holds over 90 million consoles. PC is just PC. That's where people are just tending to go. And even though the Xbox audience is still there in a highly curated way, you don't want to see devs pulling back from there, because all it does is will give Nintendo, Steam, and PlayStation leverage to say, hey, you're going to put that on our system. You're going to do X, Y, and Z. It'll force devs to do what the platform holder wants to do. And I'm like, oh, well, don't put the game here. See if it sells. You know what I'm saying? It gives credence to, as my cousin also says, with the whole, that 10-year bargain agreement on Call of Duty. When that ends, Microsoft going to lean back in their chair, that exec, like, so, how much you want Call of Duty for? Even though it's not in the greatest light right now. But to me, I'm not going to say shocked over this news, but for someone to go on the record saying it out loud like that, it's just kind of pushing more of the narrative that Microsoft as a whole just don't care. Their optics are changing. Like, hey, people would hate the ad campaign, but they see any screen, whether it's your television, your phone, your tablet, even for fuck's sake, a PlayStation or a Switch. That is an Xbox. As long as you are in the ecosystem, they don't give a shit. And like I've stated before, or if anyone who does not know, any of these games, these Xbox games on these other platforms, I'm not 100% sure, but I know for State of Decay 2 on Steam, once you boot it up, you had to sign into a Microsoft account. I don't know if Gears of War Reloaded on PlayStation does it. For the most of the time, for cross-platform initiative or play, you have to sign into a Microsoft account, even if it is on a different platform. And that is telling Microsoft, hey, he didn't buy it on Xbox, but they bought it. And that's all they care about. It's not alarming news, but it's kind of unsettling. Because like I say, you want as many players in this game, pardon the pun, as much as possible to keep everyone in line. Even though Nintendo, let's be honest, really don't have competition. I mean, that's why they're just so bold with these $80 games, but that's a different conversation for a different time. But it's a little bit alarming. It's a little bit alarming. While Microsoft plays ball where everyone else, you got devs, it's like, that's just where we are right now. I mean, Treese, with this news, how are you seeing this for the broader scope that it is? Or how are you taking it?
But let me just say, I don't give a fuck, because Xbox doesn't give a fuck. And I'm not even this is about to sound really mean, but it's just what it is. We use the word developers very loosely, bruh. So, calm down. And developers, they do what they're told, not what they want. So if you told to make a motherfucking Xbox game, that's what the fuck you're gonna do. Because who pays your paycheck at the end of the day? Like, what? I just feel like this was so unnecessary, because we already know who they are. They are about Game Pass. They are about putting their shit everywhere. They gobble up all these studios and shit, and they don't really give a damn about if you want to make a game for their platform or not. Bitch, you either get on this Game Pass bandwagon, or you not. And you go PlayStation exclusive, and you struggle with that, because even PlayStation exclusives are struggling to sell and make the dollar amount that Sony wants them to make. So let's not act like it's greener on the other side, on that side of blue. And Nintendo, you port it to Nintendo, you got all type of trials and tribulations in that. So at the end of the day, dev, whoever the fuck you are, shut the fuck up, because you're gonna do whatever somebody tells you to fucking do at the end of the day. And if that's the Xbox game, that's just what it is. So I don't really care too much about this. This is somebody trying to pump their chest out and be more important than what they are. Baby, listen. You ain't the lead developer, shut the fuck up. And even if this was some lead developers, once again, you're going to do what you're told to do by that shareholder board, okay? And listen, Xbox has been moving very, very in cadence about Game Pass, about everything they're doing, about what they want to do and what they want to be. So this is not something crazy. This is just them reinforcing, like, hey, like, we're on Game Pass, and if you come over here, you gonna be on Game Pass too. It don't matter, because they making money from game. Well, not. Let me slow down. They're not making big profit, but somehow Xbox sales has done okay, even with Game Pass and people saying saying it's it was gonna kill Call of Duty and all that, but it's still so on the PlayStation, which they get money for, and anything they put on the Nintendo, they get money for, and they get money for stuff on PC. So I think Xbox is fine. I think you gotta update your lens on how you look on the industry landscape because shit has shifted, shift has changed. You can't be looking at Xbox how you did in 360 days. That Xbox is dead and gone. This is the Xbox, Microsoft, whatever you want to call them now. And you cannot predicate their moves. They're off that. Gotta let that go. Kill that whole mindset. Look at them for who they are today. They are very much lockstep. They don't care about, oh, you're a PlayStation gamer, you're a PC gamer. No, you're a motherfucking gamer. And they can get money out of you one way or the other. Whether it's on Xbox, on PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, they gonna get money from you one way or another. And I think, honestly, it makes sense. It makes more sense than struggling to have exclusives like PlayStation has that end up really not bringing in the return you thought it should. So Xbox, like I said in the past video, could in 5 years look like total geniuses and everybody was just dumb. So, but only time can tell if that will really come to fruition. But yeah, I don't care about this. I don't care anything about what I saw in this article because at the end of the day, you deaf, you're gonna do what you're told. So you really need to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I don't want to make no Xbox game. Shut up. Yo, stop what you're doing because Google just unveiled a new AI world generation technology. And within hours, gaming stocks started tumbling everything. I'm not talking about some small dip. I mean, investors instantly started reacting like, wait, are we watching the future of game development change overnight? This AI isn't just writing dialogue. It's generating full worlds, environments, entire playable space. And Wall Street is basically saying, uh-oh, this could flip the whole industry upside down. The question is, did Google just shake gaming to its core or is this panic completely overblown? All right, so let's break it down. What Google showed off is being described as AI-driven world generation, meaning the tech could potentially create landscapes, levels, and interactive space automatically. If you're an investor watching this, your brain completely goes in one thing: costs. Because game development is expensive. Studios spend years building worlds by hand. So if AI can speed that up, or worse, replace the parts of that process, then companies built around traditional development pipelines suddenly look vulnerable. That's why you saw gaming stocks react so fast. Not because gaming is dying, but because the rules might be changing. And here's the real twist. This could either become the greatest tool developers has ever had or used, or the beginning of an industry shift where creativity gets swallowed by automation. So I want to ask you, is AI world generation the future of gaming or the start of something dangerous? Drop your takes right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my piece out first. And I just want to just calm everybody down because anytime you see headlines like this, you automatically start panicking. Oh my God, and then people jobs and the whole little thing because AI has been trickling in the gaming industry for a while. Google just revealed a new AI world generation technology and gaming stocks did a lot. It reacted very, very much in panic. And I just want to go through and describe that this Google AI, this isn't a chat GPT type story. This AI is being described as tech that can be generating playable worlds and environments automatically, not just the dialogue or the NPC behavior. We're talking about the world building itself. World creation is one of the most expensive and time consuming parts of game development. And if AI could speed that up, it could drastically reduce timelines and budgets, which, I've come on this platform and complained, how does it take you 8 years to make a game? The math just don't math. This raises some uncomfortable questions about creativity, labor, handcrafted games, and all that. Investors immediately saw this as disruption. Traditional gaming studios rely on long development cycles and massive teams. But the thing is, that makes costs get bigger, pipelines change, and the companies that don't adapt could fall behind really fast because of the amount of development time. AAA studios. Do major AAAs integrate this to cut costs, or does this create a two-tier industry where some embrace AI and some refuse? Plus, engines like Unreal and Unity are already pushing AI tools too. Competition is accelerating, and then you gotta think about indies, because I thought about indies too. Indie teams could benefit the most, honestly, leveling the playing field with these type of world creation tools and all that. I'm just trying to go through all the benefits that this could bring. Faster content cycles, procedural storytelling, massive AI driven NPC worlds. But the reality is, even with all that, the tech is still in early stages. No major game company has officially announced full adaptation of using nothing but AI to generate complete worlds. Investors are often panicked long before the consumers ever see the product. Listen, there's a lot of good and it's a lot of scary and iffy. I'ma just say, if we can cut down development time from 8 to 3 years, I think everybody has to really look in the picture and look themselves in the mirror and be like, well, I feel like that's less that makes sense. I think even on our Fable topic, when we was complaining about Playground, like, bro, you was working on this since 2017. How do you not have everything that a gamer could want in this game? So I don't know. I feel like I can see it both ways, but no, I guess the question is, would you rather have bigger worlds made with AI help, or keep fully human crafted games, even if they take longer and cost more? I kind of already told my stance how I feel about AI in games. If I can play a game and I can't tell AI made it, then I'm cool. It's the shit that if I can like point out, oh, that's AI, that's AI, that's AI, and you didn't do it right. But if I can play a game and not see and not tell, I'm kind of cool. I don't really care if you used it or not then at that point, but I'll let my cousin go, because that's pretty much how I feel about it.
I get to some people, it's maybe alarming. I personally don't give two shits. I don't have stocks in gaming. So that's one. And two, you should not be alarmed. This is not something that is going to revolutionize or change gaming overnight. Let's get that out the way. And if you're truly concerned, if you're truly against AI and gaming, well, one, you kind of really need to get over it. It ain't going anywhere. It's only going to go further and further and more involved from this point. And then two, do your homework, do your research. This tool can be more of an assistance than a replacement. I implore anybody to truly, really do your homework on this, because when I read the article and then I went and watched videos and demonstrations of this new tech, and then you go look and listen to any true developer break down what it takes to make a game. And one of the first core things is you need a game engine that will sustain anything that they try to make. Any and every game is made by a fucking game engine. This piece of AI is not a replacement for that. It's really not. And I'm kind of on the stance with my cousin. If you can make a good game, you can piecemeal it. You can piecemeal a fucking good game in 6 months for all I give a shit. And I play it and I just don't see the seams, the tears, the little shit you had to stitch together and whatnot. I'm not talking to a guy and he has like 3 ears or a 6 finger. Well, that was done by AI. I don't care. You have some games, and we've talked about this in the Nintendo Direct episode. There's some games that are 6-7 years in the making. We are about 15 years from Skyrim to Elder Scrolls 6. That's a kid that's from birth to high school, and this sequel is nowhere near in front of us. If this tool can be used to help cut that time down on gaming, hey, go ahead. But I'm telling you, from the technology and from what I have read on how gaming is done, this is not a replacement. It's a tool. You ain't gonna get CD Projekt Red pumping out a new Witcher every fucking year from this. That's not happening. That's not happening, and it's not what it is. Change is and innovation is part of technology, and gaming is nothing but technology. And technology changes every fucking day. Now, like I said, if you're one of the people that just, hey, you don't like AI and Skynet, etc., which is that's another thing that's coming. We'll get on that later. I hear you, but you are pushing against the market. You're pushing against change and innovation. The stock's plummeting. Oh well, like I said, I don't have stocks. That has nothing to do with me. And the only thing that happening will do is probably make these companies tighten their shit more, because as I've said continuously, the only thing these corporations know or understand is when you fuck with their money. It's the only thing they care about. So their stocks plummeting, I bet you they'll probably tighten their shit up to either make sure their games are crisper and better, or fine tune AI more to get this shit rolling better. Period. I don't see I guess you could see the negative in more AI usage. That means more people probably gonna get laid off. But I mean, could this technology probably could have got Fable out the door better? I probably shouldn't say that. Let's go with Beyond Good and Evil 2. Could this technology probably could have got that game out better? I mean, I think that's going over 18 years. That's taking longer than the fuck was that? That Duke Nukem game, which at the point was 15 years. 15 years of development, going back, changing engines, changing artwork. Could this be a tool to help? Yes, and as my cousin explained, help laying fundamental groundwork on building these fucking worlds, which for whatever reason people keep asking for more bigger, expansive worlds, but then the game come out, oh, it's bloated, it's just emptiness. Okay, well that's what the fuck you're asking for. But me personally, I'm in the wait and see mode, honestly, because while they're showing this off in these small tech little spits, put this on a larger scale. Let's see literally what a true developer, real development can do. See how it plays out. And then also as well, my cousin, she brought up the indie. Indies in the double A sector are killing it right now. Team Cherry, that team is made up of 3 fucking people. Silk Song was supposed to be another DLC to the original Hollow Knight, and they just took it further. It took 6 years for us to get it. But for people who enjoy their indies, their double A's, and games like that, I bet you this piece of technology could have took that 6 and made it 3 for the regular Joe Schmo. Show me what this technology can do as we get one step closer to John Connor being born to save us. Like I said, I'm in a show me phase, so see what it does. That's all I really got.
All right, yeah. So let us know what you think, how you feel in the comments down below. Yo, Nintendo just dropped Partner Direct, and I'm not gonna lie, this one had way more surprises than anyone expected, because usually when you hear Partner Showcase, you think, okay, some small updates, maybe a couple ports. No, Nintendo came out swinging with reveals that could seriously reshape what the next year of Switch looks like. And the craziest part, some of these announcements feel like Nintendo quietly setting the stage for what's next without even saying it out loud. Let's break down the biggest shocks, because this direct was not filler. All right, so here's why the Partner Direct actually matters. Nintendo's Partner Showcase aren't first party heavy, but they're where we find out the rest of the industry is doing with the Switch. And this one shows something loud and clear. Third party support is still a massive part of Nintendo's future. We got a surprise drop, unexpected returns, and updates that fans have been waiting for years on. And whether you're on the Switch right now or watching for what Switch 2 could launch with, this direct gave us a real glimpse at the pipeline. Because these aren't just random games, they're signals. Nintendo's partners are loading up the calendar, and if Nintendo's first party lineup is quiet, these studios might be carrying the momentum for the Switch going forward. The real question is, was this Partner Direct better than people give it credit for, or are we still waiting for the real Nintendo bombs to drop? Drop your ratings in the comments. What was your biggest surprise coming from this direct? All right, so I'm just gonna do like a runoff on some of the major announcements. And first up is the Indiana Jones The Great Circle, releasing May 12th, 2026. Next up is Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition, launching February 24th, 2026. Next up is Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, coming in 2026. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, coming June 3rd, 2026. And we got Pragmata. I thought this was actually kind of an interesting one. Sci-fi action adventure, coming April 24th, 2026. We got Ordables. This was at the game show. It's a co-op retro anime inspired puzzle adventure exclusive, coming summer 2026. Next are some other notable games and ports. We got Valheim, an open world Viking survival game, fully optimized for Switch 2. Next up, Digimon. I did not know Digimon still made games. Digimon Story Time Stranger coming out July 10th, 2026. We got Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflections releasing March 13th, 2026. You got this esports kickoff coming later in 26. You got Turok Origins, a dinosaur alien shooter reviving on Switch 2 in spring of 2026. You got Super Bomberman Collection, Super Classic Bomberman Bundle launching on Switch 2 and Switch immediately. You got Hollow Knights, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. They also said if you had, I guess, the original version, you can upgrade for free or something to that effect. I don't know. And other releases, Disney's Dreamlight Village Switch 2 edition, PGA Tour 2K25, WWE 2K26, Shadow Tactics Blaze of the Shogun coming March 18, 2026. Another Eden Begins, a time travel RPG to Switch platforms winter of 26. You got the Goat Simulator coming April 1st, 2026. Concept Begins Switch 2 edition July 16, 2026. Got Pilgrim EX coming March 3rd, 2026. You got Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown coming February 18, 2026. Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn edition coming May 22nd, 2026. And lastly, you got these console archives and arcade archives lineups, a bunch of retro titles all in one package. I think this was out for sale as soon as the day of the direct. So that is not all of them, but all some big names that was shown at the showcase. So Infamous, how do you feel? Did you see anything exciting here that made you think about a Switch 2 possibly?
No. Let me be serious. Yes and no. There were some games shown off that I was like, okay, all right, Nintendo game is changing. And by that, I see a lot of what's going on with PlayStation happening with Nintendo. And by that, people are asking, where's Nintendo's first party? That's normally what most people buy the system for. But one problem Nintendo has always had is Nintendo gets a lot of big hitter games later than everyone due to compromisation that needs to do, coming down, etc., whatnot. And even though that is still the case, a lot of huge games that have yet to come out are coming day and date to the Switch. The Pragmata, the Resident Evil Requiem. I thought those were two games that I am interested in. Resident Evil a little lesser so. I don't really get Resident Evil when they first come out. I need to see how they perform. But Pragmata, I have talked about how I was interested in that. I'm always down for some third-person action shooting, especially sci-fi. And for that to be coming day and date to the Switch, I'm like, oh, okay. Still getting some older things, but still getting newer shit. All right, okay. I was a little shocked to see some of these because that's just not normally how Nintendo's MO goes. And you can tell it's really changing. While Nintendo was doing whatever in the background, getting their priorities and their games together, they're like, hey, we still got you covered though. From the Final Fantasy Rebirth, Fallout 4. I just want to give a special little piece of news. That Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, that game is a full game on the cartridge. That is not a game key card. It came in that they got that game down to 60 gigabytes, and the cartridges Nintendo holds or puts out is 64. So I was really shocked to see that, and I guess Nintendo really is making good on that promise on listening to fans about the key card and really pushing for the full cartridge, because that will just only bring more people to the platform. But as far as some of the other things, a lot of them were kind of older stuff, like the Shadow Tactics, the Goat Simulator. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the hell Goat Simulator is. I guess it's a thing people like. The new Scott Pilgrim game, I'm interested in that, but also almost everything announced that's coming to the Switch 2, in a sense, it comes to PlayStation and everything else. And as much as I would love a reason to get a Switch 2, right now it's just no. It's just not in the card. The presentation was nice. Like I said, they really showed, hey, Nintendo, we don't have much or anything going on right now, but we got you covered. The Turok Origins versions, a first or third person game be played. Nice. The Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, that's another older one. To answer that question you brought up, yes, they are still making Digimon games. Still making them. And as far as I know, they sell. They do fucking sell.
No,
Digimon has lived on.
Digimon trading
Go ahead.
cards sell the fuck out and some are worth a lot of fucking money. So I'm not
Yeah,
completely shocked
yeah.
at all. Hey, hey,
I
somebody
find
got
it
some Digimon
absurd.
cards they don't want no more. Hey, send them my way.
Yeah, I did not know that there was this huge little audience in the background of in the shadows of Pokemon. This is like just still churning, like, yeah, we're here, we still exist. Overall,
Yo, shout out
direct
to
to me.
Digimon.
A lot of people were talking about they kind of felt disappointed or shitty about the direct. I was like, I don't know how they fed and satiated both audiences of older games that have not came to the Switch and newer games. That Resident Evil Requiem, that is a huge crowning achievement to have that day and date with the other consoles, because
Yeah.
Nintendo's notorious for getting these games a year or two later as they work and churn to bring the scope down. There were some games that did catch my attention, but I either already own it on another platform or just rather play it, set of the platform and a better version of it. It was a good direct. I
I, I
mean,
I guess let me end it with this question because the Resident Evil thing really did shock me. That if that's how it looks on the Switch too, then that's even better because the look of it, at least the presentation was good. Now we can get Resident Evil and we can get the Indiana Jones and all that on Switch 2. Is there any hope for the Switch 2 to get GTA 6?
oh, I believe we reported on this some episodes ago that they were
Yeah,
working on
they.
a version of that,
I
and that
think
was all we got to it.
I don't know. I think the report was like, it's very unlikely. That's what I remember reading.
Yeah.
Very
My
unlikely. It
all
will be
right.
a daunting task.
Yeah. So my take on that would be you would probably get GTA 5 on the Switch before you get 6. And I don't mean that as a Nintendo jab and whatnot, but you have to look
Yeah.
at the optics. They could take the original GTA 5, the one made for the PS3 360, and just build up from there, do a Switch 2 version. I was curious why they never did that with the original Switch. Or Take Two could just be like, yo, we are all about the money and just port a GTA Online to the Switch 2. Yeah, it ain't sixes. It's something for Nintendo people to let loose the little they carnage they have. That'll be my answer. But as far as
Yeah.
6, I couldn't see that happening unless they made some really tough choices on shit to cut back, scale back, and then it would probably have to be, not only would it be digital only, but they would probably have to put an asterisk like, yo, you really want this thing to run properly, it has to be docked. You could not play this handheld. It needs the extra oomph from the dock to run this shit. And just like Xbox don't allow Series X only games, Nintendo wouldn't allow that. We could play devil's
It,
advocate and dream.
it was just it was just a question, because the Resident Evil
Yeah. No,
game
I got
did
you. I got you.
really look good when I saw it, and I was like, oh, but I don't know how
It
heavy.
did. Hey,
Um,
you ain't the only one. I sat there looking at it like, yo, that's how that looks on the Switch too.
yeah. Yeah, yes, but anyway, let us know how you feel in the comments. Was this anything that excited you? Any of the games that we went through are they a must have? All that, and give your ratings for the showcase in the comments down below. Yo, this is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. New reports are claiming GTA 6 is locked in for November of 2026, and even crazier, Rockstar's marketing machine is supposedly set to start this summer. That means we could be entering in the real GTA 6 era, people. Trailers, gameplay teasers, billboards, full takeover. After years of silence and missed release dates in the past, Rockstar might finally be hitting the button. So the question is, are we actually about to get the biggest game launch of all time actually on the calendar? Let's break down what this could mean. All right, so here's why this is such a big deal. If Rockstar is truly coming November of 2026, that gives them a very specific runway because Rockstar doesn't do small launches. I mean, let's get real. When they start marketing, it's not just ad, is an event. Summer marketing could likely mean a major new trailers coming, first real gameplay breakdown, pre-order rollout, and a full media storm leading into the launch. And that timeline makes sense because Rockstar builds hype slowly and then detonates all at once. And here's the bigger story. If GTA 6 is that far out, it tells us how massive this game really is, how carefully Rockstar is planning the biggest entertainment release of the decade. So now, I gotta ask you, do you think Rockstar is finally ready to go all in on this November 16th date? Or are we about to see another unfortunate delay? Drop your predictions down in the comments below. Just go through all the shit that could happen if this is true or remains true. You know, new reports claim GTA 6 November release date is confirmed. I want to keep in mind, people, that the one in May was also confirmed at one point and it still got delayed. So, you know, take it as a grain of salt. You know, always side eye. But marketing is rumored to begin this summer. This could be signaling the final runway for GTA 6. You know, things that could come during the summer is the second trailer or major story trailer, first real gameplay breakdown, and things of that nature. That's how you know shit is really starting to get real. You know, because after the first trailer, Rockstar went silent for a while, and then a final year of marketing blitz and massive launch window dominance is on the horizon. I think that's really Rockstar's MO. And what does this mean for the industry? Oh, the industry gonna move the fuck out the way. Other publishers will do everything they can to avoid launching near GTA 6. Between 6 release calendars will completely shift from the end of the year. A lot of stuff is targeted for that time that GTA is saying is coming out. You might see them scatter like roaches when you turn the lights on. The entire industry will orbit around Rockstar. Now, platform consoles are first, and that's to be expected. PC likely will come later, as they've done in the past, and Switch 2 versions are extremely unlikely at launch or ever. And it really does says ever. And possible summer rollout, May, June, you can get a teaser, activity ramp up, July, trailer drop, August, gameplay reveal, fall pre-order, and collector's editions announced in November, launching the fucking game. Whether this timeline is fully locked in or not, one thing is clear. Once Rockstar starts marketing, the entire gaming world is going to stop and be like deer in headlights, because this is all the industry is going to talk about, because this is all the industry wants to talk about now. And they haven't really confirmed nothing till now about the November release date, because, you know, I think it was the last couple topics they was saying, hey, shit's not finished. Delay is very much on the table. So, you know, even though they quote unquote confirm November, I mean, November still can get pushed. Don't ever get confused or misconstrue what the real is. But Infamous, what do you think about the news that the November release date is now confirmed?
I mean, shit.
Yeah.
They just saying some shit to keep people quiet. I
Make
mean,
their stock go up for a couple of days.
they came out and was like, yeah, you know, this probably go down. They stock gonna take a hit. Investors gonna be looking at the CEO like, hey, man, what y'all doing? We want an ROI. Like you said, don't take what the hell they say at face value. They tell us anything. I mean, there was leaks coming out that supposedly a gameplay video is supposed to be coming soon, which we have not seen. Marketing starting up in summer, all this hoopla. Corporate speak.
Yeah.
Show me. As I've said, I am over this game. Every time it's in the news, people talk about one of that. All you're doing is giving them free market and just keeping the game relevant, because they're so far skewed from the original date of fall 25, which they knew they weren't going to make that. They knew that. I wholeheartedly know they knew they weren't going to make that. From the reports coming in from the devs, that shit is still being worked on and added in the game, and they weren't going to work that. But hey, like me and my cousin have talked about beforehand. Hey, you know, it's hype. It's getting the award. It's getting the hype machine going. It's being the conversation piece. All that. But I mean, when I see it, we'll see it. When I see it, I'll believe it. Other than that, I got more shit to worry about. Worry about other games coming out, making sure that they still stay on track and not get delayed from this shit, you know? And then it's November. That's so far away. You know what shit can change. We're at the beginning of February.
And we just had rumors coming from the studio saying, hey, they saying delay is back on the table. And then 2 weeks later, they say, oh, no, the date is confirmed. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That's the CEO covering his ass to make sure, hey, that bonus still comes through, because that the rumors of that delay, that came straight from the devs, the people working on this shit, that saying, hey, your math ain't mathing for you want this shit feature complete and all out the dough by the end of this year, and we so-called no longer do crunch in this bitch. Come on now.
Yeah, right.
So, like I said, hey, we'll see. Hey, but I'll say one thing on a positive note. I am looking forward to the so-called gameplay reveal. But if you really want to get technical, the trailer was gameplay. Ever since San Andreas, everything is in engine. The cutscenes, they're all in engine. So, on a technical aspect, that is gameplay in a sense. Just keeping it real. November is a very long way away, people. Just hold tight. It'll get here when it gets here. We all got other shit to play. Enjoy the summer.
Yeah. Hey, and let us know how you feel. Do you think it's real, or are you like us? You side-eyeing the fuck out this so quote unquote confirmed release date for GTA 6 to launch. Listen, if it really does come out in November, I'll be shocked just because pessimistic. I always think everybody lying. Yo, Crunchyroll just made a move that's about to have the anime fans heated because reports are saying they are axing the free tier. And at the exact same time, subscription prices are going up. So if you were one of the million watching anime for free with ads, that era is over. Crunchyroll is basically saying pay up or get out. And the question is this the future of anime streaming, or did Crunchyroll just cross the line? Let's break it down. All right, so here's why this is such a big deal. Crunchyroll isn't just some random platform. It's basically the main hub for anime outside of Japan. So removing a free tier means one thing: anime is becoming more locked behind paywalls. And yes, streaming services raising prices all at the same time. But this hits different because Crunchyroll built the entire audience on accessibility. Free fans eventually became paying fans. Now it's pay first, watch later, and the timing is brutal. Inflation is already squeezing people. Every service is getting more expensive. And anime fans are now being told they need another monthly bill. So the real question becomes, is Crunchyroll doing this to improve the service? Or are they just cashing in because they know fans have nowhere else to go? Drop your take right now. Should anime streaming even have a free option anymore? I'm gonna go first because Crunchyroll already monopolized the streaming anime platform in my eyes because they bought Funimation app. That to me was a better app to begin with. Some people can argue me. I know it was a little finicky if you was watching it on the PlayStation. If you just had the app on your TV, it ran a lot better. But the reason I say Funimation app was better, they for older anime, they had all the dubbed and sub version, while Crunchyroll only had the sub. And once they absorb Funimation and make the app shut down, those old anime still ain't fucking dubbed. And I never understood. Motherfucker, you have it. You brought it in underneath the Funimation app. And you mean to tell me you can't put it on Crunchyroll? Nah, so that's how you know. They don't spend money on these motherfucking platforms, because if they would have, that would have showed me right then, because they would have had to fucking code it over to the motherfucking Crunchyroll app, and they chose not to. So fuck Crunchyroll from just from the jump. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I've been paying for Crunchyroll and I haven't even been watching it, so they already fucking axed in my eyes. But I forgot they had a free tier. I forgot all about that. I do remember long ago when I was trying to watch something and it was on Crunchyroll, I did use the free option and watch the ads. So I guess that statement in the intro, hey, some people start off free, but they eventually end up paying, is very much true. The price of Crunchyroll going up to $10, I don't know if it's worth it. At least not for me. Maybe because I just don't watch it enough. I don't have all this free time. And yeah, like, bruh, this is, I mean, it is grimy too. If you already got HBO, Disney Plus, Netflix, Peacock, like, you already are getting strung out on all these other ones. And here comes Crunchyroll with the icing on the cake, like, hey, we're here. And I'm like, listen, you late to the party, bro. You can go. You can just go. You know, I got YouTube TV and YouTube Premium. Like, it's just getting really, really really out of hand right now. And hey, people are making tough decisions with these streaming services. So Crunchyroll is just adding insult to injury the time at the worst time possible in my eyes. But Infamous, what do you think? Like, how do you feel about Crunchyroll's moves and how they moving in the industry right now?
Fuck them. Fuck them. Fuck them. But a piece of me, well, hold on. Fuck them. One more time, and I'm going to say this as well. Fuck Sony. Sony owns Crunchyroll. Sony also owns Funimation. So this anime shit is motherfucking monopolized. And the whole, oh yeah, we're going to move everything from Funimation, Crunchyroll. Bullshit.
Lies.
I hate the UI and the layout of Crunchyroll. I prefer and
Yes.
use Funimation.
Yeah.
It's anime from the fucking 90s. That's on Crunchyroll. They don't have a dub version. That is ridiculous. But I'm not surprised at this because, to be honest with you, this is what Hulu did. People, and I'm showing my age again, but people, let me tell you this. When Hulu came out, Hulu was free. You could choose to make an account.
Yeah.
You could choose to make an account and pay, and you had a more catalog option of shows. But if you did the free thing, you got maybe like a few episodes of seasons here and there. You had the ads and all that. And I think you could only watch so much for they're like, all right, you good, outside or whatever. And it wasn't up until that good old G word, that greed, that free tier just disappeared. You'll probably be hard to find somebody who even remember that shit. Yeah. But I do, because when it was free, you had little random episodes of Family Guy, Simpsons, and all that. This is just scummy. I know Sony owns Crunchyroll. They bought them. They bought Crunchyroll, and then they bought Funimation. And then it was like, you know what? Put it all in one. This is scummy as hell. Because not only you take away the free option, which can help lead more people to the service, then you want to raise the price. At a time in an economy where everyone, like my cousin said, is pinching pennies, making hard cutbacks. And trust and believe me, a young college kid, young adults really struggling, the first motherfucking thing that gets cut is entertainment. Shit that ain't a nuisance. They're about to bum somebody's password or be like, hey, well, I'm just ain't gonna watch that. Because one place that do got a lot of anime, we don't know how that's gonna be, is Hulu. Hulu got a lot of shit up on there, but we already talked about what's going on with that app. So they on borrowed time. But this shit, it's scummy as hell all the way around. And I don't give a fuck what no one says, because at the same time you're delivering an inferior product.
Yeah,
you want to charge more?
Yeah, who the fuck do you think you are? Fuck.
Because I can tell you right now, the best performance I get out of Crunchyroll is on the TV.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, PlayStation, the phone, the iPad freezes, it glitches, it stutters. What the fuck? Then don't try to do something while it's stuttering and whatnot. It'll fucking crash. I get not ads. I get animes suggested to me by people. I run the Crunchyroll because I'm like, well, shit, we got no motherfucking other option. Type it in and either don't come up or it's fucking subbed. And I'm like, hold on, when this come out? 2002. Right, that was over 20 years ago. You ain't got a dub version of this up? What we doing?
And it's the fact that they have the product because they had it on Funimation, so it's not like they don't have it. They just don't want to pay the cost of uploading it and putting it up on the app. Like, nah, bro, fuck you, fuck.
Or they trying to get you to rebuy it. They sell it to you in a high Blu-ray fashion, some shit. I don't know, because like I said, the same entity owned both.
Yeah,
Funimation was known for it having the same animes, sometimes in a higher quality, because sometimes Funimation will redo the anime them damn selves and have the dub version. And then what gets me is Funimation had both. You can choose sub or dub. On a lot of shit on fucking Crunchyroll, it's one or the other. Only the hot and relevant shit. Like I said, I'm not shocked.
This
At a
is
time
what
where
happens.
companies are getting scummier.
No, this is just what happens when you allow a company to own both and get both. Like Microsoft, and all the money you fucking spent, you couldn't fucking buy Funimation or one of them. Like, and Sony moves. Yo, I've been saying this. Sony been moving nasty for a while, but they get a pass because they got game exclusives. I don't give a fuck. Sony been moving nasty for a while. style. I see they really the same as Nintendo. They do the same nasty shit. Fuck PlayStation, fuck Sony. Sony's going around selling this and that. Like, hey, sell fucking Crunchyroll away. Like, fuck. God damn. Nah, they ain't gonna sell that. They'll sell everything else, but they won't sell the Crunchyroll and the Funimation rights to nobody.
Hell
Bitches.
no. Sony is on a warpath to really consolidate anime into this big ass focal point where they are the key holders of everything. And I don't see how people ain't seeing that, because when they were allowed to purchase Funimation, I was sitting here, you know, y'all own Crunchyroll. Why you bought your competitor? But that's how you eliminate competition. You buy the motherfucking competitor. I don't know how that shit got approved. I don't know how the Japanese government didn't sit there and be like, bro, you already own one large anime corporation. How are we gonna allow you to buy two? And then the next best thing, players that can compete with them, they have put a few billions into them to so-called invest. But like I
I'm
said,
just saying,
I'm not
like,
surprised. I do watch and use our Crunchyroll app. Majority of the time, it be catching up on shit, but it is far significantly less than what Funimation was. And then I ain't gonna lie to some people. I'll be transparent. I could be biased because I grew up with Funimation, not Crunchyroll. But people, read the tea leaves. They're pissing on you, telling you it's rain. It's not. It's
I
not. And then, like I
just
said, at a time like this, but they'll find out the hard way. No subscription numbers start going down,
and they
because
probably
you could have raised
been going
prices.
down.
Oh yeah, you could have raised prices and still gave consumers a way to still watch and love what they enjoy. You want to pull the whole rug from other people? You want to say no free and you want more money? Yeah, all right. Every decision that Crunchyroll does, bullshit wise, canceling this, removing stuff from the storefront, all that, it's all Sony's doing. So fuck them.
Let us know how you feel about this bullshit and what you think. Are you keeping Crunchyroll? Because, I mean, you ain't got really no other options. I mean, I know Netflix and Hulu have tried to make their anime selections relevant, but it's still, it's just stuff you're not going to be able to get to watch on Netflix and Hulu. So you really don't have a choice in a lot of cases unless you just buy the anime digitally. I don't know. Anyway, but let us know how you feel. Are you keeping Crunchyroll? Are you giving Crunchyroll a middle finger? Let us know in the comments down below. But that wraps up today's episode. We talked about a lot. We had the Nintendo Direct. We had the foolishness with Crunchyroll, the AI, Google AI, and GTA confirming their release date. So we had a lot of stuff in this episode. So definitely let us know down below how you feel, what you think. Do you agree with some of our sentiments or disagree? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll see you same place, same time next week. Peace.
And that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?